What if I told you that the most powerful tool for protecting Earth's oceans isn't a research vessel or underwater drone, but a constellation of satellites orbiting 550 kilometers above our planet, using artificial intelligence to detect illegal fishing, monitor coral reef health, and track plastic pollution in real time?
Your Tuesday arrived when rent jumped $500 and your salary didn't. You're doing everything right, yet you're still one bad month from disaster. What if you could reach financial independence in 7 years, not 40, without quitting your job, without coding? Just AI tools that turn 30 minutes of work into real income streams. Inside AI-powered financial independence, you'll get the real freedom number, 5 beginner-friendly passive income ideas for busy professionals, and a 30-day blueprint to your first $500 per month, no experience needed. Real people, like Emma, the marketing manager who retired at 39, or James, the bank analyst earning $3,400 a month on the side, are already doing this. They weren't special, they just learned the system you haven't been taught yet. The book is just $11.99, less than 2 takeout dinners. For that, you get a year-by-year roadmap, real numbers, and AI strategies that actually work. 7 years from now, you'll be 7 years older, whether you start today or not. Your choice is now. Link in bio to get AI-powered financial independence on Amazon.
This isn't speculative fiction. By mid-2026, Starlink's expanding satellite network has evolved beyond internet connectivity into what marine scientists call Ocean Eye, an AI-powered orbital surveillance system that provides unprecedented visibility into humanity's impact on marine ecosystems. The breakthrough isn't just better satellite imagery, it's the integration of Starlink's massive data transmission capacity with advanced machine learning algorithms that can process petabytes of oceanographic data daily, identifying subtle patterns invisible to human analysts. During a 2025 operation in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument, Ocean Eye detected a fleet of 12 illegal fishing vessels, operating under false flags by analyzing vessel movement patterns, engine heat signatures, and transponder anomalies, alerting Coast Guard authorities who intercepted the vessels before they could harvest protected tuna stocks. This capability represents the genuine revolution, moving beyond reactive enforcement to predictive protection, through AI that understands oceanic behavior as interconnected systems rather than isolated phenomena. The infrastructure enabling this transformation combines 3 converging technologies matured by 2026. High-resolution optical and radar satellites capable of imaging ocean surfaces through cloud cover. Synthetic aperture radar that detects vessel wakes and oil slicks regardless of weather conditions. and AI models trained on decades of marine biology data that recognize ecological distress signals before visible damage occurs. Coral reef monitoring has undergone equally profound transformation as AI algorithms analyze spectral signatures from satellite imagery to detect bleaching events weeks before they become visible to divers, providing critical early warning that enables rapid intervention. Similarly, plastic pollution tracking now identifies oceanic garbage patches with 92% accuracy by analyzing surface reflectance patterns. And current flow models, directing cleanup operations to the most concentrated accumulation zones rather than searching blindly across thousands of square miles. Yet this transformation faces profound challenges that 2026 exposes rather than solves. Data resolution limitations remain critical. While satellites can detect large vessels, they struggle to identify small-scale illegal activities, like dynamite fishing or ghost net entanglements that cause significant ecological damage. Network latency creates equally significant constraints, despite Starlink's low Earth orbit advantage. The time required to process and transmit actionable intelligence still allows some illegal operators to escape before enforcement arrives. Regulatory fragmentation creates dangerous inconsistencies. Marine protected areas governed by different nations apply varying enforcement standards, allowing vessels to exploit jurisdictional gaps between territorial waters and international seas. The human element introduces subtler complications. Studies from marine conservation organizations reveal that coastal communities sometimes view orbital surveillance as external imposition rather than local empowerment, creating resistance to enforcement actions perceived as prioritizing distant conservation goals over immediate livelihood needs. These challenges don't negate the technology's transformative potential, but demand thoughtful integration rather than technological determinism. The genuine breakthrough of 2026 isn't the technology itself, but the emergence of operational frameworks that acknowledge both its promise and limitations. Protocols requiring ground truth verification by local patrols, AI systems designed with transparent decision logs, auditable by community representatives, and hybrid models where satellites provide broad surveillance while local knowledge guides interventions. This balanced approach recognizes that ocean conservation remains fundamentally community-centered even as tools evolve. Technology should extend protection across vast marine territories rather than eliminate human stewardship entirely. The Orbital Ocean Sentinel therefore represents not the end of traditional marine conservation, but its enhancement through intelligent systems that make expertise universally accessible while demanding new ethical frameworks to govern this unprecedented fusion of global surveillance and local empowerment. The true global impact of Starlink's OceanEye extends far beyond individual enforcement operations into systemic transformations reshaping maritime governance, fisheries management, and international cooperation by 2026. Traditional marine enforcement operating on limited patrol vessel resources now faces disruption. as AI-powered satellite surveillance provides continuous coverage of vast ocean territories previously impossible to monitor effectively. During 2025 operations across the Western Indian Ocean, OceanEye's vessel tracking system identified over 200 illegal fishing vessels operating in protected zones, leading to coordinated enforcement actions by multiple nations that recovered an estimated $47 million in illegally harvested seafood while deterring future violations. Through demonstrated surveillance capability. This deterrent effect represents the genuine revolution. AI doesn't just catch violators after the fact, but prevents violations through credible threat of detection, fundamentally altering the risk calculus for illegal operators who previously operated with near impunity in remote waters. The infrastructure enabling this transformation combines three converging technologies: automatic identification system, AIS, signal monitoring that detects vessels turning off transponders to hide their location, synthetic aperture radar that images vessel positions regardless of weather or darkness, and machine learning algorithms trained on historical fishing patterns that recognize suspicious behavior like loitering in protected zones or unusual movement patterns, indicating transshipment at sea. Indonesia's successful crackdown on illegal fishing in its exclusive economic zone demonstrates this approach's effectiveness. Since implementing OceanEye surveillance in 2024, illegal fishing incidents have declined 73%, while legal fishing revenues have increased 41%, creating economic incentives for compliance that complement enforcement deterrence. Yet these benefits concentrate unevenly along technological divides. Nations with robust enforcement capabilities reap transformative benefits, while regions lacking patrol vessels or legal frameworks watch marine resource depletion continue. Despite improved detection capabilities, a paradox where the tool designed to protect oceans actually amplifies existing governance disparities. Ethical dilemmas intensify around data sovereignty as satellite surveillance generates intimate knowledge of maritime activities that could be weaponized for political purposes. During a 2026 dispute in the South China Sea, concerns emerged about whether OceanEye data could be used to support territorial claims, rather than purely conservation objectives, highlighting the dual-use nature of environmental surveillance technology. Regulatory bodies scrambled to establish oversight frameworks that balance innovation velocity with fair governance. Global Fishing Watch pioneers transparent surveillance protocols requiring data sharing with affected nations. While the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization develops guidelines for responsible satellite monitoring that respect both conservation needs and sovereign rights. The liability landscape fractures most dangerously when AI-powered surveillance leads to wrongful vessel seizures or economic losses from false positives. Determining responsibility becomes legally complex. Is the satellite operator liable for algorithmic errors? Is the enforcement agency responsible for acting on flawed intelligence? Is the AI developer accountable for training data gaps? Current maritime law frameworks collapse under these distributed causality scenarios, forcing emergency diplomatic negotiations. To establish proportional responsibility models allocating accountability across technology providers, enforcement agencies, and data analysts based on audit trail evidence. Military applications introduce geopolitical tension as nations develop dual-use surveillance capabilities that serve both conservation and security objectives. China's expanding maritime monitoring network now incorporates similar AI-powered vessel tracking, while the United States integrates OceanEye data into its broader maritime domain awareness initiatives. The most profound impact emerges in sustainable fisheries management. AI-optimized fishing quotas based on real-time stock assessments prevent overharvesting, while maximizing legal catches, creating win-win scenarios that align economic incentives with conservation goals. Yet the technology's success creates uncomfortable questions. About ocean governance's future human essence. As AI systems achieve superior monitoring outcomes, do we risk losing irreplaceable human qualities? Local ecological knowledge, community-based stewardship traditions, wisdom gained through generations of sustainable harvesting that defies algorithmic codification? Leading marine conservation educators now advocate for augmented stewardship models where AI handles broad surveillance while communities focus on local management decisions. Cultural preservation, and mentoring the next generation, redefining marine protection not as external enforcement but as wise integration of global technology with local wisdom. The OceanEye landscape therefore presents not a finished transformation but a critical inflection point where satellite surveillance proves its conservation potential, while exposing unresolved challenges in equity, accountability, and human meaning that will determine whether this technology elevates global ocean protection. If you found this exploration of Starlink's OceanEye and marine ecosystem protection insightful and valuable, please subscribe to Tomorrow Intelligence for our ongoing coverage of breakthrough innovations reshaping our world. Like this video to help others discover how artificial intelligence and satellite technology are revolutionizing ocean conservation. Share with fellow marine biologists, environmental advocates, and policymakers who understand that the future of our oceans depends on intelligent integration. Hit the bell icon. Tomorrow Intelligence delivers deeply researched analysis, separating genuine breakthroughs from overhyped claims, because understanding our technological future requires clarity, not clickbait. Join our community.